The Third Amendment says, "No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law." Right? No soldier quartered in a house. Okay? So there was a case in Nevada that was just ruled upon that says that basically police are not soldiers, and as long as they're there for under 24 hours, it's not considered quartering. Now, I don't know about you, but those look like soldiers to me. There's no distinguishable difference between that and a soldier on a battlefield. And that's a SWAT team. Those are police officers, in air quotes. So this is from the judge. I'll put a link to the entire case. You can read his whole decision. He dismissed every charge. So basically what he said is that everything that this SWAT team did was totally fine and dismissed all the complaints against them. So in his decision, the relevant questions are thus whether municipal police should be considered soldiers and whether the time they spent in the house could be considered quartering. To both questions, the answer must be no. And now just getting into the case here, none of the Mitchells were suspected of a crime. Instead, police simply wanted to take over their homes to use as observation post to watch a neighbor who was barricaded inside his house and refusing to leave. Right? So the Mitchells were completely innocent, and their neighbor happened to be barricaded in his house and wouldn't come out. So instead of breaking down the neighbor's door and getting him out of the house, they broke down the Mitchells' door. So the officers knocked down Anthony's door with a battering ram and entered his house without a warrant or Anthony's permission. And this is from the judge. So he's accepting these as the facts of the case. They pointed their guns at Anthony and ordered him to the floor. The officers, including Officer Snyder, addressed Anthony as an asshole and ordered him to crawl toward them and shut his phone off. Anthony stayed huddled on the floor with his hands over his face, so he did not comply with these unreasonable orders. So he said he refused to comply with the SWAT team because he did not like the way the police were behaving. Well, this is how police behave. They're friggin' animals. So Doe officers, right? The SWAT team, none of them are identified. They're all considered Doe officers, which in itself is ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Doe officers 1 through 10 pointed their firearms at the plaintiff through their windows and at the homes of several neighbors. So they're ready to shoot anybody. They don't care. So when Michael photographed Doe officer number 1, the officer pointed his firearm at Michael. God forbid you take a picture of these anonymous animals. Now, Doe officers 1 through 10 then shot Anthony with pepper ball rounds at close range. He's lucky he didn't get completely annihilated, but they shot him with pepper balls. The pepper ball is a non-lethal projectile made from chili pepper. The officers also shot Anthony's dog, who had been cowering in the corner of the room with at least one pepper ball round. And the dog, lucky again to escape with his life, fled the house and just kind of holed up in the backyard. And so not happy with only terrorizing these people, about a half hour later, Doe officers, 21 through 30, so there's at least 30 of these creeps, entered their parents' backyard, where they live close to each other, again without a warrant or permission. The officers knocked on the back door and demanded that Linda open the door. Linda complied, which is a mistake, but told them that they could not enter without a warrant. The officers ignored her, entered through the back door anyway, and began searching the home. Why are you searching her home? She's innocent. You're just using the home as a staging area, right? So why are you searching? And then Doe Officer 21, a female, forcibly grabbed Linda, began to pull her out of the house, seized her purse, and began rummaging through it without consent. What are you looking for, right? You just want to terrorize these people. Why are you searching her house? Why are you searching her purse? You're just there to what? To stage on the neighbor that won't come out of their house, right? Using the home as a staging area. Because these people, as acknowledged by the court and by the SWAT themselves, did not commit any crime. They're not suspected of committing a crime. Their only crime is being neighbors to the person who actually might have committed a crime. But the judge ruled everything they did was completely legal. No violation of the Third Amendment, no violation of the Fourth Amendment, no need for a warrant, no need for anything. Everything the police did was fine. All the charges were dismissed because he said that these creeps are not soldiers and that staying in a house for less than 24 hours is not considered quartering. So there you go, Police State USA.